morning. Welcome to Jeeping with Jesus. I'm Matt.
And I'm Randy.
And we do a morning devotion every morning on our church website. You're welcome to join it.
Yep.
In addition to our YouTube channel, Florida Jeep Rides, we also have Intercession City Church of God, or Intercession City COG, where we put our devotion every morning, and a Facebook page, which you've often seen us share. I don't know if you know it or not, but we're also, in addition to being Jeepers, we're pastors of a church in Intercession City, Florida. Yep. Never heard of Intercession City? Well, don't be surprised how many people never heard of that city. There isn't even a blinking light.
It's tiny.
It is tiny, but there's a lot of traffic on that road, so keep us up in your prayers. I've been working on the YJ, so it's in the backyard where I can work on it and be able to leave my tools out if I want to. But I want to share with you really quick one of the main verses that we think about when we think about Jeeping. One, our Jeep says mission J4J, that's Jeeping for Jesus, and we are on a mission. We're on a mission to share God's Word with people in a way that they can relate to. Jeeping for us is often about driving down trails and seeing God's creations. We love to see deer, snakes, owls, birds, alligators, squirrels, it doesn't matter. We love to see it. But you hear all the commotion around us? Right now, I'm hearing cars driving by. I'm hearing jets flying over. I hear people walking down the sidewalk. There's a lot of commotion here. But we like to go out and find the place where you only hear birds. And the sound of God's creation, the wind blowing in the trees. That's what we like, and that often involves going out in the Jeep down a narrow path with some type of a destination that is going to bring an interesting or beautiful view, or sometimes a rewarding restaurant. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 7, verses 13 and 14, that there is a narrow gate, a straight gate, and a narrow path that leads to life, and not many people that find it. He said there's also a very broad way that leads to destruction, and many people on it. Interesting thing about this is that most of the time you have the path or the road leading to the gate, which leads to the estate. In this case, he said there's a gate, then there's a path, and it leads to a place. For those on the broad way, it leads to destruction. For those on the narrow path, it leads to life. He said not many people find the narrow path. That's because it's a hard decision to leave what's going on with mainstream people, the mainstream world, and turn away from that and turn toward the narrow path.
That you may not know what's on that path. You may not know what you're going to encounter on that path.
It's a narrow path. And that means that it's not always an easy walk. Make a decision today to turn off the broad way that leads to destruction. The destruction is at the end of the path. So there's always time to turn away from that broad way, because the end of it is destruction. Turn now and seek the narrow path. Ask Jesus into your heart and give your life toward Him. Walk down that narrow path. Take out His Word, if you haven't, and read the Gospel of John. That is a great book to start with.
It is.
Most people want to start in Genesis, and that's great too, but start with John and read what Jesus had to say and what Jesus did. Keep a praise song in your heart.
And rejoice in the Lord always.
And again I say, rejoice. God bless. Love you guys.